So what's the program tonight? We will start with a short introduction. Then our psychologist will speak about the selection process. Our B2B manager will talk about your future career. You will have a chance to see what the Salesforce platform looks like. We have some guests invited for tonight, and we will end up with a Q&A session. Who you will be able to meet tonight. First of all, I will quickly start with me. My name is Barbara. I take care of the events for Green Fox Academy. And it's not just me. I am so happy to have the whole team with me tonight. So let's start with Annette. Can you please say a few words about yourself?
Sure. Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Annette, and I'm the head of education at Green Fox Academy. I'm very excited to share with you about the upcoming CRM specialist course. So looking forward to hopefully getting to know you all.
Thank you very much, Annette. There's also Anita with us.
Hi all, it's very nice to meet you. I'm Anita Fox. I'm a general director at Green Fox Academy, being responsible for the corporate services, and I'm leading the team which is responsible for the placement of the graduates of Green Fox Academy. I will be talking about the career support that we provide to you.
Thank you. There's also Bella with us today.
Hello everyone, good evening. Let me welcome you on behalf of the psychologist team of Green Fox Academy. We are involved in two different areas or two different procedures where you can meet us. One of them will be the selection process, and I'm going to talk about that. And on the other hand, we are providing soft skill trainings for our students and also coaching sessions. So I'm going to talk about those as well, why it's worth using them and how you can use them. So these will be the two topics I'm going to cover during this info session. It's really good to have you here all.
Thank you very much, Bella. And there are also three mentors with us tonight. So first of them is Dori. So please, few words about yourself.
Hello everyone, I am Dora Puskes, one of the mentors in the ongoing CRM specialist course, and I will introduce you some potential career paths at the end of this session.
Thank you very much. Then we have Danny over here.
Hello everybody, I'm Daniel Varhidi. I'm a Salesforce developer for 4 years, and also I'm mentor here at Green Fox Academy. And we are gonna talk about generally Salesforce, and I will demo you the platform. Thank you.
Thanks, Danny. And last but definitely not least, we have a Victor here.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I greet you all. My name is Victor, and I've been a former Green Fox student in 2018, working on IT field ever since, and now I'm mentoring here since last May, and I'm very happy about it. So yeah, it's good to meet you guys.
Thanks, Victor. And now I'm actually happy to pass the floor to Annette. So it's yours.
Thank you very much. So let's begin with a little bit of history regarding who we are at Green Fox Academy and what we do, and then we will move on to the current CRM specialist course and all you need to know about the basics of the course. So Green Fox Academy was actually founded in 2015 with the purpose of bridging the gap between many companies constantly looking for tech talent and between the tech talent that we're looking for IT careers. However, many people did not necessarily have a degree or the necessary background needed to be able to apply for these desirable IT positions. So we have set it as our mission to make it available, make IT and the necessary knowledge and skills available for basically anyone And we have since been teaching our apprentices in different courses that last between 4.5 and 10 months, all the necessary skills and knowledge to then become tech talents. And actually, we help them find a new career and a new career path in the world of IT. Since 2015, we are actually operating in 3 locations. We were founded in Hungary, but have since reached Slovakia and Czechia as well. And we currently have courses that are available on campus in Prague or Budapest. And we are also offering many online courses that are available for all these 3 locations and even more locations around the world. So far since 2015, we have actually enrolled more than 4,300 students from many different backgrounds, many different ages, personality, gender. So no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, we provide you the possibility towards a new career path and towards actually changing your life for the better with a new career. So why to start your career in IT? You probably know this as you're interested in switching careers and are looking for a new career in IT, but there is actually a huge demand for IT professionals all over the world. With the huge speed of digitalization, there's just more and more companies starting, more and more tech talent needed in the IT sector. So it's actually a very future-proof career and offers you a lot of growth in your career later on. Any job in the IT pretty much offers you a lot of freedom and time flexibility and the options to work remotely from basically anywhere in the world. And it is also a great opportunity for constant self-development. And actually, it's a common misconception that IT professionals just sit behind a computer and code all day and do not talk to other people. This is actually not the reality. It is an interesting, creative job. You get to work in a team. You get to constantly work on your soft skills as well as your hard skills. And Green Fox Academy actually offers you the possibility to enter the IT field without a university degree, thanks to our boot camps. And let's talk about no code and the IT career without coding. As I was saying, there is a huge demand for IT professionals. And the new field that has been popping up is no code. As I mentioned, with the digitalization, there are new ways of approaching software development. And with no code, it's actually a new approach where you're able to build software without actually writing a single line of code, using different techniques and usually graphical interfaces and the drag and drop method. More and more companies are actually using no code in their day-to-day life. And there are actually a few examples such as Zapier, that's a no code approach to automations, or you might have heard of WordPress already that is used for content creation. And then there is the CRM, that is the client relationship management. And one of the main ones is actually the Salesforce CRMS, which I will be talking to you more about, and this is the course that we actually offer to you. So the CRM specialist course that we will be launching in May is 6.5 months long. It's a part-time online course, which means it's perfectly doable besides a regular job. The weekly dedication needed is about 10 to 15 hours in total, that's per week. So you will be spending 2 weekdays and 1.5 hours per weekday evenings with our mentors, and then you'll spend 1 weekend day each week. That is going to be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So closer to a full day. And on top of that, you will be receiving homework. So you will need a few extra hours of dedication. The course itself consists of different phases. There will be workshop phases through which you can learn the basics of the CRM specialist course. And then at the end, there will be 5 weeks of the project phase, which means you will actually be working on projects with a team of 10 to 15. These courses are in English, and besides the hard skills, we also offer soft skill training and coaching sessions to help you make the best out of the course and to help you reach your full potential. We also offer career support program. Anita will tell you all about that later on. And we are also offering flexible tuition payment packages with you, which I will be sharing just in a second. So there are 2 different packages when it comes to payment. There's the prepaid package, which means that the tuition payment is made within 8 days of signing the contract. And there we also offer an installment plan. That means that the tuition payment for the first module is due within 8 days after signing the contract, and the rest of the tuition is actually due until the first day of the start of the given module. The exact prices you can find on the relevant website, that is, whether you are from Czechia, Slovakia, or Hungary, you are able to see the specifics of the tuition. And we also have a money-back guarantee, which means if you change your mind after starting the course and feel like this is not the right way to go, this is not the right course for you, then you have 3 weeks as a trial period to change your mind, which means you will get the tuition that you have already paid fully refunded. And then another feature we have is the Salesforce Certified Administrator exam discount, which means if you agree to obtain the official Salesforce Certified Administration certification by the end of the course, we also provide a discount from the course fee, from the tuition fee. Again, this is specific to which location you're applying from, so please check the website for the specifics on the tuition and on the discount as well. So application is actually ongoing. You can apply as soon as right now. The course starts on the 2nd of May, so the application deadline is coming soon. If you feel like this is something you would like to try, or this is something that's for you, then applications are welcome from now on. And now I'm actually gonna pass the torch to Bella.
Thank you, Annette. So hello again, it's me, Bella, from the psychologist team of GreenFox Academy. And there are, as I mentioned, 2 topics that I would like to talk about. One of them will be the selection process of this course, and the other topic will be the training system provided for this type of course. So our selection process consists of 4 different steps. And all of these steps happen in an online format, so you don't have to attend anything in person when going through these processes and these different steps. It happens in all cases in an online format. So first of all, if you decided that you would like to join this course, you have to, as first step, you have to submit your application using our website. Of course, it's available on all locations. You can just enter the website and send basic information about yourself to us, which is mainly some contact info like your email address, phone number, and stuff like that. And also, we're gonna ask you about your English language skills and so on. And it's really important to note that in order to be able to go through the selection process and go through the course itself, you will need English skills. So it's required from your side to have a minimum strong B2 level of English to be able to proceed in the selection process and in the course itself. So that's why we're asking about this in the application form already. But later on, when I'm going to talk about the interview, I'm going to mention again that during the interview, we're also assessing English. So let me talk about the next step, which is, as you can see, the second, so the online cognitive test. So if it seems that everything's fine based on the application form, you will see that we are gonna invite you to an online or to participate in an online game. And you will see in the email that you will have 5 days as a deadline for completing this game. And this game is online, as I mentioned, and you can do it anytime during these 5 days. The only important thing is that you can't stop the game whenever you started it. So please try to make sure that you only start the game whenever you have 30 minutes in a pleasant, calm environment where you can go through these 2 games. And it's better if you can connect from your computer. We sometimes encountered some cases where when some people tried to go through these games from a phone, then the process was interrupted or we received an incorrect result in the end. So please try to make sure that you are joining from your PC. And so about what these tests and these games do, well, it basically examines cognitive abilities, cognitive skills that are required for the course. So there are basically 2 aspects that we try to take into consideration. One of them is that we would like to check whether IT would be a suitable field for you, and this course would be a suitable field for you. And the other aspect that we are examining with this online test is that we would like to check whether Green Fox Academy's methodology would suit you in this course. And if there's at least a 50% match between your profile, I mean your results, and the ideal profile for this course, then we will invite you to an online interview, which is the next step of the process. So on this online interview, what's going to happen is that we are basically going to ask you to talk a bit about yourself. So the most important purpose of this online interview is to go over your motivation and your previous experiences, and as I mentioned previously, to assess your English language skills. Of course, during the interview, it's also important that you will have opportunity to ask questions from us. So if you have any doubts, any concerns in advance, it's worth writing them down before the interview, and on the interview, you will be able to ask those questions from the selection manager. If you have passed the interview, you will face the final step, which will be the simulation. It's called simulation. This is basically a really simple technical interview, I would say. So what happens here is that you will have the opportunity to get familiar with the Trailhead platform, which you will use during the course as well on a daily basis. So this simulation always has 3 participants. 2 of them are applicants, and the 3rd participant would be a Green Fox Academy mentor. And during the simulation, the mentor will ask you to carry out a short task which is related to Salesforce somehow. And the mentor will ask you to perform in this task working together with the other applicant present in the call. So this happens throughout the same type of call, a same type of platform that is being used for the interview. Both of these calls happen through Google Meet links. And what will happen after this simulation is that we're gonna let you know about the final result not later than 2 days after the simulation happened. There's a small task that you will have to do before the simulation. So whenever you attend an interview and you're invited to a simulation afterwards, you will receive some information and some instructions on how to prepare for the simulation, because in advance, before the simulation, you will be asked to register on the Trailhead platform to be able to carry out the tasks on the simulation. The language of the simulation will be always in English, just to make sure that we are correctly assessing your English level skills. Okay, so if you're ready with that as well, and if you're accepted to the course, the only thing left is to check from your side, to check the template of the contract, and if everything's fine, then you will be able to sign the contract, and this is the end of the selection process. So next on, moving on to the next slide, I would like to share some information on how to prepare, because in most cases, we get this question during info sessions, like, is it possible to somehow prepare for this selection process? Of course, on one hand, you can, for example, Google like IQ and logical test, and you can you can get familiar with similar exercises or similar tasks that you will experience during this online game, for example, or when you're joining the simulation. But in general, you don't have to do any homework in advance. You don't have to go through any processes, any tasks. What can be useful, on the other hand, is that if you have the opportunity to join, for example, a Green Fox Academy workshop, we are regularly organizing these kind of workshops to be able to give you some insight on how one day usually looks like in Green Fox Academy, and how Green Fox Academy's methodologies is different from what we are used to from, for example, frontal education. So whenever you see that there's an opportunity like that, I would like to encourage you to register and attend these workshops, because these are usually very useful and you can get answers to many questions that you have on your mind. And as I mentioned, I would also like to talk about the different services that we provide as psychologists during the course. So after you joined and started one of the courses, you will see that there are basically two types of services that you can use from the psychologist mentors. And the reason why we do this is that, of course, a career change process can be stressful in many ways, right? Because even if it's not a, let's say, 180-degree change, on one hand, it's a financial challenge, because learning is some kind of an investment, and in some cases, it's possible that you have to give some other things up in order to be able to attend these classes and these courses. And on the other hand, it's also a challenge in an emotional point of view, because of course you are entering a learning process, and when you're doing such thing, you will fail many times, and the learning process can have an impact on your self-esteem, because it will not go perfectly right away from the first point. You will have to face many mistakes before you will be able to find the right solutions for the different tasks that you will face during the course. So it impacts your self-esteem as well. So that's why we think that it's important to provide such services for you during the course. And furthermore, it's possible that this new job or these new positions, let's say, would somehow require from your side some additional soft skills that you haven't been using previously in your previous profession or in your previous fields that you've been working in. So that's why we are including some soft skill trainings in the course. You can see some examples on the screen, what we consider important topics. Of course, team building is not really about soft skill improvement. It's rather about getting or breaking some ice between the team members and making sure that you can get to know each other before the course starts. But all the other trainings have the common purpose of supporting you throughout the course, and also supporting you on the long run, in a sense that you will have to use these different soft skills whenever you will be filling a Salesforce specialist position in your future professional life. Also, what you can see on my screen is that we are also offering coaching sessions for you, for apprentices, and soft skill trainings are always group sessions, but coaching sessions are always one-on-one situations where you as a student can reach out to a psychologist mentor, and you can determine the topic on which you would like to ask some support from your psychologist mentor. And this can be basically any kind of topic that has an impact on your progress in the course. It can be related to your work life, it can be related to your personal life, or even some kind of events that are specifically connected or related to the difficulties of this learning process that you are going through. So it's completely up to you. And of course, these sessions are not mandatory parts of the course, but it's strongly recommended to use them, because they can have a really huge positive effect on your motivation and perseverance throughout the course. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is all from my side. Yes. So I'm gonna pass the word now to Anita. Thank you very much for your attention, and Anita will be sharing some information with you regarding career services from now on.
Thanks a lot, Bella. Yes, I would like to talk about that. What are the activities that you are going to do after the course itself? What does it mean, career services within Green Fox Academy, and what kind of career paths we can expect as a Salesforce specialist? First of all, and next slide, please, I would like to talk about that What do we mean under career services? First of all, we are going to build together your tech portfolio, which means that we are going to create you a professional resume. In case of IT jobs, recruiters are looking at your profile and with a bit different eyes. And based on the feedback of the partner companies, we know what is exactly needed to be told on your professional resume. So it's going to be created together. You are going to join to a strong network of B2B partners, meaning that corporate partners, and you will have the chance to meet them, and they will be capable to show their career path as well. During the preparation phase, which will happen right after the graduation of the course, we are going to prepare you for the job interviews themselves, which means that this is going to consist of technical interview and HR interview training sessions and simulations as well. Besides that, our talent managers who are present in all the 3 locations of GreenFox are going to provide you career coaching sessions. What do we mean about that? It means that we will take into consideration your motivation as well. We will help you how to tell your story to your future employer, and we will also help you on about how to leverage on the background that you are bringing to your new IT job. Meaning that, for instance, if you were already working as a marketer, or you were already working in sales, that's a kind of knowledge which can be quite useful whenever you are working as a Salesforce specialist in the future. I would like to talk about the partner companies themselves. Next slide, please. We have more than 130 partner companies in Czechia, Slovakia, and Hungary. It doesn't necessarily mean that all of them are going to hire Salesforce specialists, but some of the partners are Salesforce implementers, service providers, naming like Accenture, Education First, United Consult, Evo CRM. They are the ones, and Deloitte as well, for instance, they are the ones who are providing the Salesforce platform implementation to their B2B partners, to their corporate partners, which means 2 things. First of all, these mentioned companies, they are the ones who are the key hiring partners of GreenFox Academy in this course. But more and more corporates are implementing Salesforce as well. If you check the most growing low-code platforms in the world, Salesforce will be in the top 4 at the moment, which means that most probably where you are working now or at any of your future IT companies, Salesforce will come into picture, and someone will have to be capable to make changes on the platform to adjust it to the requirements of the company itself after the implementation as well. These B2B partners are the ones who are giving us feedback regarding which are the most demanded careers, which are the most demanded positions in the field of IT. That's why we have also started to run the CRM specialist course, because we have received the feedback that it's really difficult to find specialists on the market. And the curriculum itself has been created based on the requirement of these partner companies as well. Annette has mentioned that we are supporting to acquire the certificate of Salesforce administrator. That's pretty important. So in case that you want to find a job, please put it as an objective for yourself to gain and to get this certificate as well, because the corporate partners do require them. In case that you have any questions related to the corporate partners, feel free to add them to the Q&A session. And now I would like to pass the word to my colleague.
Okay, so just a bit of a reminder to you guys about the applications. As I mentioned in the beginning, the course actually begins on the 2nd of May, so the application deadline is coming up very soon. So if by now you decided that you like what you've been hearing about the course, then the time to apply is now. Don't miss the deadline. And actually, Again, you have heard quite a lot about the course already, but what are some things that should encourage you to choose us if you're still not sure whether this is the right thing for you? So all sessions and all lessons are going to be live. I mentioned about the education hours, and they will be led by our mentors. Again, it's completely live, so it's not about watching videos. It's about going through the different platforms and basics with our mentors, who are always available to answer any questions that you might have. As we mentioned about the methodology, we do teach by practice. So instead of a frontal educational method, we're using mentoring. We use a swapped classroom format, which means that we pretty much simulate how a real life work environment will be for you. We give you the possibility to study from anywhere, as our course is online after normal working hours. It is approachable and available for pretty much anybody. We talked about the career support that we offer, and also about the soft skills trainings that you have. So not even during the education, but after education is over, we will also be supporting you in finding the right career and the right job for you. As for the selection process, Bella mentioned how the selection process goes. It is also for you to decide whether this is something that you would like to do, apart from us assessing your skills. And as I mentioned, if you decide to apply for the course and for any reason within the first 3 weeks, you would end up deciding that this is not something you would like to continue. We hope that this will not happen, but we do give you the option to decide otherwise and to leave the course in the first 3 weeks. If that is the case, then you will be refunded the full tuition fee that you have already paid so far. So this is why you should choose us. But again, if you have any questions about the course, we will be happy to answer it in the Q&A section. So now it is on to Dani, who will talk to you about Salesforce in general.
Hello, guys, again. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Annette. I would like to introduce the Salesforce as company at first. So as you heard, Salesforce is the leading CRM system in the world, and it's meaning Salesforce market share, it's more than 20%, and the follower companies have only about 5%, meaning, for example, the Microsoft or the Oracle. So you can imagine how big the Salesforce ecosystem. Salesforce has about 80,000 employees, and they work Salesforce but don't implement it. So what is it meaning? Salesforce has 10,000 consultant partner companies, and these companies or individuals develop the Salesforce CRM system for the customers. I work for one of these consultant companies, and Mike, you will work one of them. But also there are a lot of jobs at the end customers who actually bought Salesforce, and they want to use it for their business. Salesforce was established in 1999, and so it's 20 years, about 25 years old companies. And there is a study which predicts this, that Salesforce and its partners will create 9.5 million new jobs worldwide by 2026. So actually, the study was created in 2021, so we are in the middle of it. So I think it's a great opportunity to learn Salesforce in these years and start a new career. That's a huge number, 20.9 million new Salesforce related jobs. So It's meaning consultant jobs, admin jobs, developer jobs, architect jobs, a lot of jobs which related to Salesforce. Furthermore, Salesforce has a network worldwide. It's calling Trailblazer Community. And this community has 19 million people across the Salesforce ecosystem. So it's already a huge family. And we are working for Salesforce. And now let's see how Salesforce build up from clouds. The core system supports sales agents to sell products and services. This is the sales, you see it on the left side. This is the Sales Cloud. And then there is the Service Cloud, which supports customer agents to solve incoming issues and increase the customer satisfaction with a good customer service. The third base cloud is the Experience Cloud. We see it as community here on the page. This is the old name of the Experience Cloud. And you can imagine the Experience Cloud or Community Cloud as a public web page, but also there is a login required part of it. And both the public and this restricted part can use the Salesforce database and the Salesforce automations, and it's a huge advantage. But furthermore, there are other solutions from Salesforce which supports marketing, online marketing, and commerce as web shops. These are a little bit newer technologies in Salesforce, and also there are industry-specific out-of-the-box solutions from Salesforce. I mentioned it's a cloud-based solution. The Salesforce, it's a cloud-based solution, and it's meaning we don't need to anything else, just an internet connection to able to use as a user or configure it as a system administrator or developer. It's on the net. You don't need to install anything. Just choose your favorite browser, open Salesforce, log in it, and you can work with Salesforce. It's pretty easy, and everybody like it because you can imagine there are other CRM solutions which is on your computer. You need to install it. You need to also log in it. You need to somehow make stable the connection with the database, which is not in your computer. It's not so easy, not so simple as Salesforce. Multi-tenant environment, what is it meaning? So Salesforce provides the same platform for every user, from the one-man company to the 10,000 users company. Everybody using the same platform. There's no difference between these companies. Another advantage of Salesforce is that platform is constantly evolving and makes new features available 3 times a year. And now the focus on the low-code, no-code features, because this is the future. Everybody wants to work with a no-code platform, and Salesforce know it, and because of they are the leading companies, they put a lot of effort on it to improve their solution. And I think we can solve at least 70–80% of our tasks are new incoming implementation task with the no-code solution. And why the customers like Salesforce? As we discussed, Salesforce has a solution from marketing. This is the beginning of the sales process. Through the sales, selling some product services to the customer service. And that's the end of the customer journey, usually the customer service, the service. We can integrate Salesforce with social medias, web chats, telephony systems, and other software such as ERP or custom web shops, web pages, and so on. We can integrate Salesforce with anything as you can imagine. This wide view of a customer provides 360-degree view. We can follow the customer journey from the first marketing email to the end of the, for example, end of the both products warranty, and further we can resell something with the help of the Salesforce to the customer. So it's a huge potential if a CRM solution covers the whole process, the whole sales process. And maybe you heard about that data is power in the business. As we're tracking the different interactions with the customer, we're collecting data. Salesforce can provide reports, charts, for example, for the managers, and automations for the sales agents or the customer service agents to help them in their work. So they can be more efficient, they can solve problems more quickly, more easily, and they can focus on those problems which are most important for the company, and they don't need to, for example, just copy data from one Excel cell to another Excel cell or field to field. And one of the newest Salesforce feature is the Einstein. This is a kind of a new AI in Salesforce. And Salesforce announced that it will be connected to one of the world leading AI. So Salesforce will be the first CRM platform which provides this AI supported solution for the customers. That's I think let's create more jobs in Salesforce ecosystem. And these are the companies. Just some example from Salesforce partners who are using Salesforce in their daily basis work. For example, the Toyota, the American Express, the Spotify. As you see, these companies are the leading companies in their area. So and now I would like to share my screen to show the platform itself. So as you see, this is the Salesforce platform. Currently, we're on the home page. This is the home page. where we can see some dashboards, some list about our tasks and events, but it's empty because I just created this sandbox, this playground for this event. It's out of the box solution from the Trailhead, which is the training environment of Salesforce. At the top, you see the objects. We call these objects where we can store data about customers. So, for example, here the accounts. And below, you see the list of the accounts which are in the system this moment. And if I click one of the account, I see some details about it. I see which other data connected to this edge communication account. For example, here the related contacts. If I hover my mouse on the name of the contact, there are some details of it. And also I see the related opportunities and cases. But if I navigate to the details, I see a lot of details about this edge communication. I see the name of it, I see the address, I see, for example, the website, some information, how can I connect to it. And let's imagine that we're receiving an email from the Grand Hotel and Resort Ltd. For example, from Tim Barr or John Bond. And as the administrator and finance person, Tim want to buy some new beds for the hotel. And for this purpose, we can create an opportunity at first where we can put these products all together, and then we can send as a PDF to Team. How can we make it? So I can go to the related tab, and here I see the opportunities, where I can click on the new button, and here I can create my new opportunity about the beds, for example, tables. Maybe they want to buy 50 king size beds. This will be the name of my new opportunity. The close date, it's mandatory. You see, we can mark fields as mandatory. If it's marked with the red asterisk, it's a required field. So it can be the end of April, for example. The stage, it's prospecting. And by clicking the Save button, the new opportunity is created. So we created a new data in Salesforce. We can track the activity on the opportunity. We can log a call. If I called, for example, if I'm calling Team and we discuss something, we can create a new item under this opportunity. And for example, they change their mind and they want to 60 beds instead of 50. So with this information, I can add new products to to this opportunity. I'm adding products, and here the products in the system that we have. And now I'm search for bed now, and I see I have just only normal size beds. I don't have king size beds. And what I can do as a salesperson, I can ask one of the administrator to create a new product in Salesforce. This could be one of your tasks as a Salesforce administrator. So I'm jumping to the role of the system administrator and creating a new product in the system. So I go to the product, and here I can create a new item. We can call as king size bed. I need to activate it, and then I can save it. Now I need to go to the price books and need to add it to a price book as a price book item to be able to add to the opportunity. And the list price, it could be maybe €200,000, which maybe €800. Now we can go back to our opportunity. And here I see I have the 50 king size beds, and I can try to add our new king size bed. But as I see, it's not here, still not here. So as a system administrator, I need to figure out why it's not there. So I'm checking again the product. Here is the king size bed. Now here is the price book. I can add it to another price book. I add it to the standard price book, and now if I choose the standard price book as a price book of the opportunity, and then I see my king size bed here, and I can add it to the opportunity. And as we discussed with Tim, we added 60 beds to the opportunity. As you see, it's dragged on the opportunity. So now I jumping back to the sales person role, and as a salesperson, I want to send this opportunity as a PDF to Tim. What I need to do, so I need to create a code. This is the next step in the sales process. The code name, it could be the same. So finally, they ordered 60 king size bed. The expiration date is the end of the April. By clicking Save button, the new code is created, so we can track the information and the activity on this code record. We're calling these pages as record pages, and for example, this 60 king size bed item, it's a record in Salesforce. And what we can do here, we go to the details, we can edit, for example, this code to add some shipping and handling, because we need to shipping these beds to the hotel. Maybe it could be 100,000 forints. And also, because of they ordered a lot of bed, we can give some discount to them, maybe 10%. And all of this information is tracked in Salesforce. And what is the advantage of it? So if one of my colleagues visiting this page where we're tracking the activities and the information of this code, he or she will know everything and jump into my role immediately. We don't need to spend a lot of time for handover about these opportunities, selling opportunities. And now we can create a PDF from this code. This is this design. It's out of the box. We can change on the design, or we can create one of the scratch. It's up to the customer what they want. And as you see here, we have some options. We can save the code. We can save and email the code. If I'm only saving the code, it's going to attach to this record. As you see here, a PDF attached to this code, and be able to open it and see it. And if we want, we can email to the customer from Salesforce, or we can download it and send it from our emailing system. So generally, this is the UI for the customers. And what we can do as a system administrator, we can go to the background, we can go to the setup, and here we can modify on the objects itself. So for example, if I would like to modify of the layout of opportunity, I need to go to the right place in the setup. This is this page is related to the opportunity, and then go to the page layouts. And once I opening it, I see a drag and drop configuration panel where I can modify of the order of the fields, or I just disable some of it or remove from the layout. So for example, we don't need the description here because it's not necessary anymore. And also we would like to add, for example, the price book to the opportunity, the top of the right column. And once I save it and go back to the UI, go back to the opportunity, then on the details, I see what I changed a few minutes before. So the price book, it's on the top right column, and the description field, it's just removed from the layout because it's not necessary anymore. And what else we can do in the configuration? We can do between us a lot of things. But for example, we can do some automation. Salesforce core flows and flow builders, and as their no-code platform, So we can create a new flow. This is a new automation. There are a lot of different types of the flows. I'm choosing the record trigger flow. And here, for example, we can create a new automation. Let's imagine that we're creating a new code, and once we're creating a new code, we want to create a new task for the salesperson, the sales agent, to don't forget the expiration date of the code. And how we can do it? We need to add a new create record element to this flow builder. This will be the new task. And I want to create just one task this time. And here I need to search for task. So then I can fill in the fields which is necessary for the task creation. At first, I need to add the owner ID. So it is the code record owner. So this task, it's going to be assigned to the code owner, the sales agent. And then what else? I need to add the code itself to the task as a reference. And also I need to add the contact from the code, who is Tim in our case, also as a reference here. And then what we have a subject field on the task object, and maybe it can be code follow-up, and the status of the task, it's not started. And also we need to add the activity date, and the activity date, it is the expiration date from the code. And I click on done. What ID? It's done. Okay. So the next step is that we need to save this automation. We can call it as create new task for code. Click on save, and then the final step is to activate it. And with the help of this point and click or drag and drop builder, it's pretty easy to create new automations in Salesforce, and we can try it. So I go back to our account. This is the Grand Hotel and Resort Ltd. And we are going to create another opportunity and code for them to be able to test our automation. Maybe another 10 king size bed.
I'm sorry, Danny, for stepping in. Would you mind that we will get back to it later because we have a guest we would like to introduce, and
Sure.
our guest has a limited time to be with us. So if you don't mind me, I would be very happy to introduce Anita. Anita's not only a CRM specialist, but she is also our alumni, and she would like to share her story with you about how the course went and what is actually her current situation. So, Anita, the floor is yours. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation.
Thank you. I have no idea if you hear me or see me because I cannot see myself.
We do. Everything works perfectly.
Okay, thank you. So actually, I am here to little bit to share with you my my thoughts about the Green Fox Academy course and also the Salesforce and how it went for me. So I will say some sentences about me, but then if you have any questions, just ask and I will answer them if I can. So I was a teacher before the Green Fox course, and I wanted to change it because teachers are not in a good situation now in Hungary. And first, I started a Java course at the Green Fox Academy, but soon I found out that it is too hard for me, and I just decided to finish the course in the first 2 weeks, if I remember correctly. And then I was asking them if they have something like SQL, because in the meantime I recognized that this is also a very interesting field for me, but looks a little bit easier than the Java programmer course. And they told me, yes, we have this Salesforce super intensive course, and I just joined and tried it out, and it worked for me. And I think this is a really good platform for everybody. This can be learned by everybody, really, because it's not needed too much, too serious programmer knowledge, but it needs logic, it needs concentration, of course, and the ability to use your logical thinking. But also, I think it can be very creative, and that's why I like it, because I don't feel that I'm stuck in a system, but I feel that I can create things with the help of the system, and that's why I like it. And yes, this is my story, and I would like to add one more information, that at the time I have a daughter, and I was alone with her, and it is possible to do this course even if you have a family, you have to take care of them and so on. You have to do everything in your daily life too, but it is possible. And yeah, it's amazing, because I am on LinkedIn, and every day I get like 1, 2, 3, 4 job opportunities on LinkedIn about Salesforce, and it's just a very different perspective now in my life. And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask.
Thank you very much, Anita, for
it's very
sharing
hard
your
for me
story.
because I cannot see anything, just my picture. But yes, I will try to check if I can do something. So if I can see if somebody has some questions.
There are no questions yet. I don't know how much time you have to stay with us. If you can give it more 10 more minutes.
I think I have still.
Perfect, thank you. So in the meantime, we have Dory here that would like to say few sentences to you. So please use the Q&A part to ask Anita whatever you would like to ask, or any other team members, and we will get through it. Thank you very much. And Dory, the time's here for you.
Thank you very much, Barbara. So good evening, everyone. I am Dora Puskás. I am working as a Salesforce business analyst now at my main job. And besides that, I do mentoring also in the GreenFox Academy ongoing CRM specialist course, which is very interesting for me, by the way. I will introduce you some potential career paths can be reached as a Salesforce administrator with life examples from my personal experiences. So please welcome. For me, it was almost 6 years ago when I first met with Salesforce. At that time, I was working as a sales representative in a software developing company, and the company decided to implement Salesforce as their own CRM system to keep the data of their customers, business potentials, opportunities, proposals like quotes, sales targets, and so on. First, I started as a single user there, where I handled my own leads, business opportunities, my own targets, offers, activities, and so on. I spent this way about 2 years. And after that, when I got enough familiar with the system, I was enough confident to create reports and on my own. Then I was named as a Salesforce administrator in the system. It's like being a product owner of the system in the company, and it took responsibilities for me, like I had to do all the reports the managers asked from me to see where the sales team are, what are the won opportunities, lost ones, why was those ones lost, how about the leads, or so a lot of things which were in the system by data could be reported, and one of my responsibilities was that to report on those. Besides that, I handled some smaller changes which I could do on my own, like adding new users. If we had a new colleague, then I added him or her as a new user. I trained the new users to the proper usage of the system, how we and why we collect what kind of data from the customers, what kind of opportunities or codes we do handle. As Dani presented, I was responsible for the product additions as well, if we had new products. I changed the layouts to ensure that the right data is visible on the screen. I put together email notifications, what was needed, and a lot of other stuff. Yes, I think I mentioned about that the changes were smaller, and if there was complex ones or automations or some other stuff needed coding, then I scheduled meetings with a contact from the consultant company who implemented the system there. And then I explained them what kind of need we have, how it should be seen in the UI, user interface. And after they were ready with the development, I tested it and confirmed it's done. I was also responsible there for the new colleagues training. What I mentioned, I put all the information in a document, and I was updating the documentation if it's so. Like a product owner, as I said, I was responsible for that certain company's CRM system, Salesforce CRM system. Approximately 2 years in this role made me enough confident to apply for another role at a consultant company. And I worked finally when I got a job at the selected consultant company. I worked there about 1.5 years. It was a Salesforce technical consultant role. And there I helped various customers nationwide in their needs. This meant I had dedicated customers, and if any of those had new requests, like at my previous company, we had the same. So any new request came in, I clarified the needs with them, I mean the customer. I completed the changes if it could be done with administrator role or sysadministrator profile and knowledge. But if needed coding, at the consultant company, we had developers as well. So then we discussed with them the needs. And finally, when we were ready, we delivered it to the customer after their confirmation. In that period, I could get to know more organizations. I think it was a very big and very great opportunity to have this experience as well, because any organization can have different setups, different kind of data is needed to see on the layout, different kind of automation. So a lot of things can be learned from more and more organizations. I also had a chance during that time to learn, and it was that period when I could successfully pass my administrator exam, and then I got my certification, which was a huge step as well in my career, because after that I got a lot of inquiries from that time, also on LinkedIn as Anita too. And after about 1.5 years at a consultant company and the inquiries, I got a very great offer to being a business analyst, where I am in now. I am quite new right now. It was just somewhere around last year, at the end of last year. So I am spending my probation period, so it's new for me, but I already like it very much. I have some similar tasks like I had in the previous job. So I make some changes, some automations, but besides that, I will have most of my time, I will have bigger projects, and in those it can be like implementing a new cloud customer or something like that. I will be responsible for having meetings with the business part and with the developers who will configure the solutions, and I have to create proper documentation about it in a very deeply way, and yeah, I think this will be, it's very enjoyable for me. And it is not on the slide, but mentoring is also can be a potential role for this for a Salesforce career. I started it last year. I am enjoying it very much. It is very good to see when a student feels that aha feeling when he or she finds a solution for their own problems in Salesforce. And it's very good to see how the newcomers get to know the platform itself better and better. And hopefully everyone will get the certifications. So summarizing all, as you can see, there are a lot of potential ways in Salesforce. I would encourage everyone to jump in it because it will be fun, inspiring, and a very good way to learn new, and you can always learn new. Thank you very much for the attention.
Thank you, Dori, for sharing your experience, which is amazing. So far, if you have any questions, feel free to write down to the Q&A. There is one from Nadezhda, but Anita's just typing the answer, but I think this is something that people would be interested in general. So maybe Anita, if you can just, say out loud, how long have you been working as a CRM specialist? As like the first part of the question. You are
Do you
muted.
hear me
Okay.
now? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, I did this Greenfox course in last summer in July and August, I think, and it took 2 months, and after that I got this job, my current job, in September, and since September I am working here at my first company because I feel good and I don't want to change, but yes, I think I could. Of course, I think as a junior, you have to learn a lot and you have to develop yourself. And it's good if you can become a medior in like 2 years, because as a medior, you have more opportunities to find jobs. But yes, I feel good here at my first place and I don't want to change it. They are very, very friendly and helpful. And I think I jumped right into a big project, and they say this is really a huge project here at the company. But and they asked me if it was how it was for me, because it's just about ending. And comparing to my super intensive Greenfox course, I told them it was not as hard as the Greenfox course, for me at least, because there was a group and they helped me. And also at the very first steps, if you are not familiar at all with some system, it's of course takes time to become familiar with it. And of course the first month of the course was really hard, and they told us, our mentors told us, don't worry, it will become better. And yes, at that time it's hard to believe, but you must you should believe it, because it's really like it. So yeah, I don't know if I answered the whole question.
There's one more that will be partially for you. How flexible is your job? Can you work remotely, or you're just, working fully from the office? What's the situation there with you?
Yes, at this company, it's totally flexible. They like if we meet once per week, so we usually go to the office once per week, but it's not not very strict about it. I think it depends on the company.
Exactly. It always depends on the company and what they offer.
Yes,
So,
because you just need internet to use Salesforce, and it can be anywhere.
and I'm just receiving a message from Dory that she forgot to mention that she can confirm that it's remote for the most of the jobs are. So,
Yes. For example, I'm about moving to abroad. If I hope it will be successful, and I asked them if it's not a problem for them, and they told me no, it's not problem. So yes, it's really can be remote.
perfect. Thank you very much. So it seems that it's all for today, and we fully used the whole time we have set for this info session. So I hope that all of you received all the information you needed or you wanted. Anyway, feel free to contact us via email or social media. So if any other questions will appear, we are here for you. And we truly hope to see you at the course starting at the 2nd of May. So feel free to send your application online tonight or pretty soon, as the deadline is coming soon. I wish you a great day. Thank you, the whole team, for being here with me tonight. And yeah, hope to see you pretty soon. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.